Welcome back, top of the fourth at Haymarket Park in Lincoln. And the Dogs trailing the Salt Dogs 1-0. Casey Hobson leads off the inning against Elijah Johnson. And it is an absolute delight to welcome into the Dogs radio booth Nicola Borrean of Huddle, who was born in Italy, now lives in Madrid, and is here in Lincoln for the Huddle International Conference, which has brought hundreds, thousands of people from all over the world to Lincoln. And he is watching his first ever baseball game tonight here in Lincoln. So, Nicola, I snuck you up into the booth, and I really appreciate you joining.
Thanks, Sam. It's an honor for me to be here. It's, as you said, it's the first match ever, the first game ever. So I really appreciate it, and I hope I can, let's say, get the most out of this game. So.
Claro que sí, mi amigo. Yes, of course. 0-1 to Casey Hobson with the Dogs down 1-0. And Johnson to Hobson with strike one. So, Nicola, you are watching the game for the first time. We're now 3 innings into the game, so I'm curious, what's your first impression of baseball in person?
I mean, it's a kind of a geometric game, so I kind of understand the underlying rules. At the end, it's pretty simple. So the batter must beat the pitcher, basically.
Right.
But it's pretty fun. So I'm kind of excited. So.
So now Casey Hobson trying to beat Elijah Johnson, and the pitch, Hobson takes it low, 2-2. I'm curious what's most confusing to you.
I mean, the mechanics of the innings. So to me, it's pretty straightforward. The mechanic of the single game, let me say, or the single shot, like in this way, like in this moment. A little bit more complex, the mechanics of this game.
So I'm assuming the sport you're most familiar with is football.
Yes, global
right?
football.
Soccer, football. You work with time. Time is easy to understand.
Yes.
Innings, not so much.
You got
Payoff pitch to Hobson, and he takes it for a walk. So Casey Hobson goes to first. Did you understand what happened there?
Yes.
Right, 4 balls. He gets to go to first. Now he can
Gotcha.
score. And next up is Ryan Lidge, the Dogs catcher, hanging here with Nicola Borrean of Huddle, who's here from Madrid. How long have you been in town, and tell my listeners why you're here?
I'm in town since Monday, and I'm here for the wonderful Huddle Week. That is the bi-yearly event at Huddle, and this is a great opportunity to catch up with the team and with the. Wow.
Lidge hits the ball center field. It's sinking and lands in the glove of the outfielder Eddie Martinez. So 1 out in the 4th inning, and now Grant Kay is next. So you're here with Huddle, which is based in Lincoln,
Exactly.
and folks have come from all over the world, and you from Madrid.
Exactly.
How's the week been?
Amazing, simply amazing. A lot of activities, mainly, let's say, focused on the team building, because it has been a long time due to the pandemic, due to the remote work. So it was time to catch up in person, and we really appreciate it. And it was a really fun week, and I can't be more excited to be here with you here.
There's strike one to Grant Kay. It's a delight to have you, Nicola. You're watching baseball here for the first time. I know you were born in Italy. Now you live in Spain. So who's your soccer team?
My soccer team is Inter Milan.
Inter Milan, okay.
Even if I have to say that staying in Madrid, I have a preference for Real Madrid, who recently won the Champions League.
Yeah.
So for our U.S. friends, the Champions League is is the highest trophy of the global soccer or the global football in Europe. So it was a pretty nice achievement for the Real Madrid Football Club.
1-1 to Kay. He swings and pops it high center field. Hunter Clannon ranging back. He's under it, and he secures the second out of the inning as Hobson scampers back to first. So 2 outs in the top of the 4th. So your loyalties with Inter Milan.
Yes, exactly.
And sort of by adoption Real Madrid.
Exactly, Sam.
So you've been to a lot of soccer games.
Yes.
what is the biggest difference between going to a soccer game in Italy or Spain and going to this baseball game tonight in Nebraska?
Let me say, I think soccer is probably a little bit more straightforward in the sense that you just have to go, let's say, against the other team. So it's pretty straightforward. It's probably a little bit more. Wow.
Foul ball for Smith. 0-1. What about that made you say wow?
Because I was excited about the batter.
Yeah.
And was not in the field, was a little bit outside.
Right,
so
almost hit the guys in the dugout over there to the
Exactly.
left. Just strike one, though.
Yes.
So soccer's a little more straightforward, right?
Yes, I think
Baseball
so. I
is
think so.
less.
A little bit more dynamic. Baseball is a
strike.
little bit, probably a little bit more static and more strategic in this sense, more technical. But I mean, I love every sport, so this is kind of an exciting sport as well. So it's very interesting to catch up and to learn from scratch.
Well, it's great to welcome you in and sort of be a teacher as Smith takes ball 1 and 2 outs here with Nicola, who is here with Huddle and from Madrid. What are you eating at the game?
I'm eating hot dog, French fries, and drinking a couple of beers.
Couple?
Couple.
It's Thirsty Thursday, so the beer's cheap. I know that.
Yes, exactly. And I'm having fun with colleagues, friends, and
There's strike 3. That'll end the inning. Good slider from Elijah Johnson, and we are going to take a break. Can you hang with me for a couple more minutes?
Absolutely.
Awesome.
Absolutely.
So we're going to take a break and be back with the bottom of the 4th on the other side. Score is Lincoln 1, Chicago nothing on the Chicago Dogs Radio Network, brought to you by Impact. Bottom of the 4th at Haymarket Park, and Lincoln leading Chicago 1-0 thanks to the 3rd inning home run from Eddie Martinez. Kyle Murphy back on the mound facing Josh Altman with his team down 1-0. And Murphy, the right-hander, kicks and fires a beautiful curveball, but missed a little high for ball 1. Folks, we're hanging here with Nicola Borrean of Madrid, who was born in Italy and now is here in Lincoln for the week with the Huddle International Conference. 2-0 count. And Nicola is watching baseball for the first time. So sort of we're comparing baseball to soccer and what they do at soccer games. And something that strikes me as very interesting, Nicola, is that Americans like to eat at the game. Italians don't feel the need to do that. That's a pretty American thing.
Yes, exactly. Exactly, Sam. You are definitely right. The normal stuff is to have a great game and then have some food with friends. Maybe a pizza.
Ooh,
Or
I hear you make good pizza in Italy.
yes, absolutely. It's the patry of the pizza.
2 balls and 2 strikes on Altman. Murphy deals to him, and a foul. Count stays put. Nicola, you're getting your first impressions of baseball here in Lincoln. It's a 1-0 game in the 4th. Lincoln's winning. What's been the most exciting part of the game for you?
I mean, the environment. The environment and I mean, I'm by definition, a kind of supporter of Lincoln.
Swing and a miss for strike
wow.
3, so Murphy strikes him out. If you're supporting Lincoln, that was bad for you.
Yes, I know. By definition, I'm kind of supporter of Lincoln Cell Dogs. So when they did the home run, I was kind of excited.
I saw you throw your hands in the air. It's fine.
I realized the first home run of my entire life,
Yeah.
so it was exciting. And apart from that, the environment, the amazing environment of families, friends, so a lot of fun.
First pitch to Justin Bird hits him. Kyle Murphy hit him in the ankle, and now, Nicola, you get to see a hit by pitch for the first time. You get hit with the ball, you get to go to first base.
Oh, really?
Yeah. So if I'm pitching to you, and I hit you,
Okay,
and it hits your arm,
okay.
you go to first.
It's a kind of a good thing or
Yeah,
bad thing?
good for the guy who gets hit.
Okay, gotcha.
So the guy, it's very painful, right? He takes the ball to his wrist, in this case, Justin Bird, but he gets to go to first.
It pays off.
It pays off, exactly. We call it taking one for the team. Hey, next up is Wellington Dotel, right fielder with a man at first, and he takes it in. 1 ball, no strikes. Hanging out with Nicola Borrean. Hey, when are you going back to Spain?
We are going back on Wednesday, so it will be 10 days in Lincoln, Nebraska, Midwest, U.S. So, I mean, I am having a great time here in the Midwest. Wow.
Here's a little pop-up left field, and Michael Krause is under it, catches the ball for out 2. Dotel broke his bat, which is what made Nicola say, wow. See, there's one piece over there in front of Ryan Lidge. The umpire got the other piece. They're wooden bats, so that happens sometimes.
Wow.
It got a wow.
Yes.
It's interesting to see what things make you say wow
Yes.
and what things you just
Yes.
brush
right,
off.
Right.
Wow,
Right.
so you got a hit by pitch and a broken bat in the same inning.
Sam, we were just with colleagues and European colleagues and friends. Can you just in 2 minutes explain me the league?
Yes.
What we
Yes.
are attending.
Oh,
at?
absolutely. Absolutely. So it's a 12-team league. It's called the American Association
Okay.
of Professional Baseball.
Okay.
Here's the pitch to Steinbach, and it's a strike. We are what's called a partner league with Major League Baseball. So Major League Baseball, right, you get Cubs, White Sox, the Yankees, Dodgers. Our league is affiliated with them, and the guys in our league are trying to make it
Okay.
to MLB. Pitch to Steinbach. He swings and misses. Throw to first is in time. Ryan Lidge throws out Justin Bird from behind home plate, and that ends the inning. So Ryan Lidge from his knees throws it, gets him out, and that'll send us to the 5th. More with Nicola when we come back on the Dogs Radio Network with Lincoln on top of Chicago, 1-0. Back at it at Haymarket Park. It's the 5th inning, and on the Dogs Radio Network, Lincoln leads Chicago 1-0 in the rubber match on a beautiful Thursday night here in the Heartland, hanging out with Madrid's Nicola Borrean, who has been a delight. Nicola, I'm having a blast with you.
Thank you. Thank you very
Nicola,
much.
for those of you just tuning in, is watching baseball for the first time. He's coming from Madrid and is in town for the Huddle International Conference. And with 1,000 of his colleagues, he's enjoying American baseball for the first time. With a big smile on his face, he's going to watch Connor Kopak lead off this 5th inning. Nicola, what else has impressed you about these athletes and what they're able to do?
I mean, one thing that I was surprised is the extreme. Wow.
Kopak pops it high and foul. He gets a wow from
Yes.
Nicola, and it's out of play.
Yes.
A 1.
I
So
was,
what surprised
I
you?
was surprised by the extreme attention and focus and, let me say, commitment of the athletes.
Yes.
It's not so common in Europe. I would not say that athletes in Europe are a little bit more.
Kopak takes it high.
I don't know. I want to say in a positive way. So
Huh.
these athletes are really kind of committed to win, to be part of the game and to be successful. So this is kind of for example, the silence is something that is surprising me. In sports in Europe, normally we speak a lot, we talk a lot.
Right.
Yes.
Are you talking about the athletes talking to each other?
Exactly.
So what you're seeing is the pitcher is silent. The batter is silent. They're both laser focused on the
Exactly.
task.
Exactly.
Huh. Here's the 1-2, meanwhile, to Connor Kopak, and he silently bends out of the way to take ball 2. That's really interesting to me. So what you're seeing is that, just off first impression, the American athletes here, baseball players, are a little more engaged and focused than maybe a soccer player in Spain.
Exactly. Let's say this way. I was expecting a more loudly environment from the athletes.
Very interesting. Kopak takes a slider, 3-2. So baseball is a very calm, relaxed, peaceful game.
Very strategic. Ball.
Yeah. It's like chess.
Exactly.
El ajedrez. I remember that one from Spanish. 3-2 on the way. And Kopak takes strike 3. He struck him out. Elijah Johnson, in his pro debut, now has 5 strikeouts. Yeah, so the pitcher for Lincoln, this is his first ever game as a professional. He just graduated college.
Wow.
And he's been pretty good tonight. Through 4 innings and a third, the Dogs have no runs and trail 1-0 as Cannella comes up. Kaz Cannella against Elijah Johnson with no one on and 1 out. Johnson fires and Cannella takes it high. 1-0. I'm curious, Nicola, how much of what I'm saying do you understand?
50-50.
50-50.
50-50.
I'm
So
sure you're
for
hearing
example,
a lot of numbers.
Another question, but
Yeah, hit me.
we do have because
Cannella
I'm-
fouls 1-1.
I'm talking on behalf of the, let's say, European crew. Is how many players compose the roster?
So each team has 25 players, but only 10 of them play at a time.
Okay.
9 batters plus the 1 pitcher.
Gotcha.
Cannella swings and fouls it 1 and 2. But yeah, there's 25 guys, which is why when you look into the dugouts, you see a bunch of guys wearing sweatshirts, watching the game. They're ready to come in if called upon, but
And a follow-up question: the pitcher is always a pitcher, the catcher
Yes.
is always a catcher, and the batter is always a batter. So no interchange within the team.
that's a complicated question. But in this game, yes.
Okay.
And
gotcha.
there's strike 3 for Cannella. And an irate Kaz Cannella takes another strikeout from Elijah Johnson, who stays hot with 2 outs in the 5th. So yeah, essentially, there are some cases where the pitcher will also bat, but at this level, and now at MLB, the pitcher never bats.
Okay.
So the
gotcha.
pitcher pitches, the batter bats.
Okay. Gotcha. Makes sense.
Yeah.
Thanks. Sam.
I'm curious for you when you watch this, and now the matchup is Elijah Johnson, the pitcher, against Charlie Tilson, the batter. Which one of these two is more impressive to you?
The
Just in
pitcher.
watching it. The pitcher? Okay, there's
Absolutely.
a 1-0.
'Cause
He's
it's
throwing the ball
such
90 miles an hour.
Yeah. We were betting how much painful could be to get a ball in our face.
Very painful. Very. Yeah, this ball, it's hard. 2-0 now on Tilson with an outside ball. Yeah, actually, one of our guys took a pitch to his leg yesterday, and he showed me his huge bruise, this
Wow.
giant purple bump. So, yeah, guys can get seriously hurt from these things. 2 balls, no strikes in the pitch. Tilson takes it in 3-0. Here with Nicola, who is watching baseball for the first time in person. What's the impression of baseball overseas, and right now you're living in Spain?
That is a good, tough question. I would say that probably in Spain is a little bit more,
Strike 1 to Tilson.
common than in Italy. Sam, this is a tough one. I would say we are pretty. I would say
There's a walk for Tilson. He just took ball 4 from Johnson, so Charlie Tilson, with 2 outs in the 5th, goes to first.
it's a very, let's say it this way, it's a very niche sport.
Niche. Right. What?
For example, we were discussing with colleagues over here, and only 2 of them know the rules of this game, this fantastic game. So they were kind of mentoring and driving us through the rules and the game. So to give you the magnitude, the dimension of the understanding, 2 out of a couple of hundreds. Maybe.
Wow.
Yes.
Wow. So it's very unknown in
Yes.
Spain.
Yes.
What team do you think people in Spain associate most with baseball?
Yankees.
Knew it. That was one where I knew the answer. I just wanted to hear it.
Yes.
Here's Michael Kraus, and a pick over to first. Tilson is safe. I mean, I told you when we met earlier, I studied abroad in Spain when I was in college. I was in Barcelona, and I think the only hat I saw of an American baseball team were Yankees hats, and I
Yes.
saw a ton of them.
Yes.
Tons of Yankees hats. Johnson pitching to Kraus with 2 outs. He picks over to first, and Tilson's back again.
Sam, a question.
Yes.
Why the pitcher decided to
Throw to
pitch
first?
on the other corner rather than
Yep.
in the main one?
So essentially, he's not pitching. He's actually throwing to try to get the runner out. Now he pitches to the plate. This is why. Tilson's off and running to second, and he slides safe. Safe at second. Charlie Tilson with a stolen base. Now at second with 2 outs in the 5th. So, Nicola, I'll explain this one to you. You can do that, what he just did. The guy at first can run to second. So what the pitcher was doing when he threw to first was to try to get him out. Because if he threw it in time and they applied the tag, he would have been out.
Gotcha.
But he's safe at second and the 1-0. Krause whacks it up the middle. The ball sinks and lands in center field for a base hit. Tilson around third. He scores. Krause an RBI single, and we are tied at 1 in the 5th.
This is a good point for Chicago, I guess.
Good for
so
Chicago.
Congrats.
I know you're rooting for Lincoln, but I'm going to make you fist bump me.
Congrats, guys.
So Michael Krause drives in Charlie Tilson, and we are tied at 1.
So we are balancing out the game. So we are
even.
Even.
1-1.
1-1.
1-1 here in Lincoln.
Almost at the mid of the game.
Pretty much exactly. We play 9 innings.
So a pretty well-balanced game.
This has been a good one, I will say. I mean, you could have come to a game that's 10-0, but this one is 1-1 as Mars takes it low, 1-0. So, Nicola, you look like you're about to say something funny.
Yes, I was saying another recurring question that we have
Hit me.
In the crowd. How long can it take
to finish a game?
Exactly.
Oh, that's a question Americans love to answer. First, here's the 1-0 pitch to Danny Mars on the way. Mars swings and hits it high in the air, right field, pretty deep, but Dotel is under it and secures the final out of the inning. So I'll tell you this. Average game time, 3 hours.
Okay.
But the longest game I've sat through is 6.5.
6.5.
Because there's no timed ending, it can take a while.
Wow.
Hey, Nicola, we're going to sign off.
Thank you.
Thank you so much for joining.
For
it has been an
having me.
absolute pleasure, my friend.
Thank you.
That is Nicola Borrean from Huddle. Nicola, say adios to the crowd.
Thank you. Hi, guys.
We'll be back. 1-1 score, bottom of the 5th, when we come back on the Dogs Radio Network.